Yes, ma'am. Come.
Are you able to get my voice?
Yes, ma'am. It is coming. Actually, my net is disturbing. Just wait. I'm not able to start video. Actually, this is actually. Mm, I don't know what is happening. Okay. Yeah. Is it fine, ma'am? Hello. 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 Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hope
Hope you are getting my voice. Swarnim, are you getting my voice?
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Are you getting my voice?
Hello.
Are you not getting my voice?
Hello.
Hello. Are you getting my voice?
Now. Yeah.
Now you are getting my voice.
Hello. Yes. Actually, my net was also creating some issue that time. I was not able to open, like click on the video part as well. But now it's fine.
Okay.
All set.
Okay. I know this is the excessive use of our internet system all over the world, so we are facing this problem.
Yes.
Somehow Zoom is also used as excessive. Everyone is taking meeting mostly on
Using
Zoom.
Zoom.
We'll try another platform. We'll try Google Meet and all.
Google. Mhm.
I think that is more apt to go about that.
um,
So let's start with the today's topic. That is your
policy
policy making, policy making or employment one. Yeah, she's getting voice. I don't know. मेरे headphones से आ रही है. You're getting my voice? Hello.
The disturbance is there. Yes, I'm getting it, but disturbance is also there.
अब आ रही है. Hello.
हेलो. यस मैम.
Yeah. Is that clear now?
अभी आपने एक म्यूट नहीं करा हुआ है. यूजुअली आप एक चैनल को म्यूट करते हो ना.
हाँ वो मैंने म्यूट किया हुआ है. कम किया हुआ है. See, let me do it. Unmute किया. अभी
No,
बताओ.
it's not clear actually.
but I am getting your voice. I think the problem is from her side. Now is it audible?
Disturbance is still there.
Hmm? Even your voice is breaking.
Some
I mean,
disturbance is
it's
there. My voice. Uh, no system is okay. Hello.
no voice.
Hello.
Hello,
Yes, ma'am.
are you getting voice?
Yes.
Clarity of voice?
No, clarity is not there, but let's see. Let's start. I think in
I'm not
between I'll.
I'm not getting your voice properly. I
Oh,
mean, uh, her side voice is not clear.
um,
मेरी जा रही है बहुत वो आ रही है जैसे हार्श होती है ना वो हाँ मेरी जा रही है हेलो
हाँ अभी इको हो रही है मैम आपकी वॉइस थोड़ा इको भी
इको
हो रही
है
है बीच बीच में हाँ इको है एंड बीच बीच में ना गिर जैसा साउंड है
हाउ इट इज नाउ
हेलो
हेलो यस अभी कैसे है
इट्स बेटर
इट्स बेटर ओके लेट अस
इट्स
स्टार्ट
बेटर
विद द
बट
टॉपिक नॉट क्लियर
श्योर हाँ it's not clear let's see let's just maybe where I was not able to get it I will
Okay, let us do one thing. I'm closing from a laptop. We restart once again from the mobiles because I'm not sharing document, right? So let us connect through mobiles now.
sure
जब नहीं आती Swarnim, are you getting my voice now?
हाँ it's fine ma'am I'm getting it
It's fine.
yeah
Okay,
it's clear
okay, fine. Let's see. इसका कैमरा ऑफ कर देती हूँ बेटर हो जाएगा Now I think voice is much more clear.
हाँ it's clear we can
Okay,
start
great. Okay, so today we will talk about the major topic about employee manual as well as you can say the employee handbook also.
okay
All right. So this way you need to know about first of all what employee manual is,
hmm.
right?
Yeah.
So I wanted to hear from you. I mean, like as we have already discussed about what employee manual is.
uh, it is a set of rules and regulations we can say policies would be there in that employee manual which we give to the employee at the time of induction so that he can
Okay.
know what exactly how the process is going there in the company what what are the leave policies how the appraisal would be made whatever is the company internal policies all the structure of the organization, the hierarchy of the organization, all that is visible in that employment.
Okay.
So to
Uh,
getting the company inside, the employee can check the employee manual, what is the company mission, vision statement, that start from there only. Then maybe the management, and after that the bifurcation of the departments, we can say the hierarchy level, the structure of the salary or increment, all these would be there in that employment.
okay. So let me tell you about employee manual is an important part of any organization, whether the organization is small or big, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
Obviously, the bigger the organization, the employee manual will be a bit larger
Yeah.
because we will be having so many documents in that. But the
Hmm.
small organization, maybe startup and all the your employee manual will be the small manual, right?
Hmm.
So but if we talk about employee manual document carries certain information about organization, how this information is important and how it is for that employee to know about what the company is. So we can address it as a like mirror of the company,
Mirror of the
right?
company.
So this is the basic mirror of the company, how the company looks like, how the company
Hmm.
works.
Hmm.
So we segregate this manual with a different kind of information. Basically, you can say about the company information, right? The job information, the
Hmm.
type of job employees are handling, certain information about like the policies, which we say about the legal policies, legal compliances and all.
Hmm.
Right.
Hmm.
So, as I said you earlier, that there are the internal and external
External
policy mentioned.
policies.
Yeah. So, internal are always editable or new addable, but the external are going along with the
Government
amendments
policy.
of time to time with the government
Hmm.
notice and all. So, as HR, you need to handle it very carefully when the new updates coming from the government side, so that uh, the
Amendments
organization
can
won't get any penalty also, as well as if there is a change, so you can implement to the employees also. Both ways it is important. But we start with this manual. If we say about, we need to give the general information of the company. So the general information, we talk about the company's mission statement,
mission.
company's vision statement, company's
Yeah.
goals to be achieved,
Hmm.
and other information about management committee, whosoever is handling the management. The top
Hmm.
management, or who are the founder of the organization,
Founders. Yes.
right? Rest of the information you can include with these job profiles, right? What are the jobs you have in your company, and what are their job profiles, what is their leave management, what is their other facilities. So you include all those things. The way, the procedures, the documentations, how the company take it up in the organization, the working procedure basically. Because working procedure, if we talk about, will take so many things in that. Maybe your office timing, this is your working procedure, right? If your company is having two shifts, or it's a single shift, or the company is having 8 to 5, or the company is having 9 to 6, or company is having time from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., or that can be in the rotational basis.
Hmm.
So that kind of information you are sharing in the manual, which
Manual.
we say about employee handbook also, employee copy also. It is
Hmm.
known as different names, but mainly it is known as the company manual, right? Or employee manual.
Employment.
So yes, it contains this kind of information which an HR is supposed to work in on a daily basis, you can say about, because you keep on making certain policies, certain new norms for the companies, or you want to change something which is already practiced from last 3, 4, 5 years, right? but
Mm.
due to the time, technology, and business demand, now it requires,
Need to be changed. Yeah, it
yes,
need to be
that
modified.
needs to be amended, that needs to
Mm.
be changed. So you need to work on that. So obviously that is a printed document already, so you need not to print it again and again, but you can carry a copy of it with the new file. Now the file name is again the employee
Mm.
manual file, where you can
Mm.
add on with the new amendments, new changes into that, and if you add on something new, share a copy or file a copy of it. I mean, one copy will be going to the employees at the notice mode that these are the changes. Now these changes are implementing or effective from which date. Sometimes it is immediate effective from the today onwards or tomorrow onwards. Sometimes we give some time. I mean, that requires some time to implement it. Say maybe after a week, after 10 days, or from the next month. Say about if the winter comes and your timings get changed. So you take some time, say about 15 days prior to that, you give notice to your employee. Now the timings are going to be changed, right? But sometime, if there is a power cut from tomorrow and you get the notice from your electricity department that your power will be cut down from tomorrow onward, so you need
Mm.
to change the whole shift.
Yeah.
That is immediate effective.
Mm.
Right. That is kind of a notice you have to put it onto the security at reception, at workplace, at the shop floor. I mean, wherever the person works on. So everybody knows now from tomorrow onwards, the timings are is to be
Mm.
changed. This is a new policy in the company to implement, because otherwise they'll say, oh, ma'am, we were not sure about it, or it is not known to us.
Mm.
So what happened at that time, that you cannot blame to them.
Yeah.
So as per rule, as per your effective working, you need to work on the same on a
Mm.
regular basis. So now
So
it's very
maybe
much
after,
clear.
yeah. So
Yeah.
maybe after 2 years, there are a lot of changes we have made. So do we need to reprint that manual?
See, if your printed copies are less and you require a new copy of that, because if there are a lot of changes, if there is a one or
Mm.
the small two, three changes in the policy, you
Mm.
can file it into the file, right? You need not to print whole the manual, right?
Mm.
But if you say that your most of the policies are going to change, or you are restructuring it,
Okay.
then it requires reprinting of it.
Mm.
Then you
And
have
that
to
in
bear that cost. I mean,
okay.
that you have to bear up that cost.
So usually now companies would be keeping it in soft copy only, or is there a hard copy as well of employment manual?
See, it is your practice. Normally, we give hard copy also, because where the employee can
Mm.
take it home and can study well, can go through that.
Okay.
What is the practices in the organization? But I mean, cost effectiveness, if we see, then we can go about the your soft
Online
copy
soft
also.
copy
Yeah,
only. Mm.
yeah.
Because amendments can be made easily in the soft copy, and
But
it
you
would be
need to keep,
difficult.
see, as per law, you
Mm.
need to keep the hard copies of
Hard
that.
copy as well.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you have to keep hard
Okay.
copies of that.
Okay.
That
Okay.
requires.
And
Yeah.
is there any limitation, like once in a month we can amend any policy, or
No, no,
any certain time is required that at that time only we can do that?
no limitation. This is,
Okay.
as I said, about, we talk about our family. And in family, I mean, say about if we take up the budget, say about we take up a monthly budget, right? We fix up, this is our monthly budget, but in between we see there are the unseen or expenses to come on, and you reschedule it,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
So anytime you can change it,
Anytime.
because
Okay.
this is internal and this is for your comfort, this is for your convenience,
Hmm.
right? As I said that employees are supposed to come at 9, right?
Hmm.
But tomorrow you see that employees, your company is in remote area where the approaching company will take time. So I mean, you practice, you see that the employees are not reaching well in time, but they are already starting early in the morning. So what you can do is best. You can change timing,
change the time. Right.
right? Instead of 9 a.m., you can start up at
Think of
10 a.m.
time.
So this is only once you implement something, you see the result out of it, and you see the results are good, go along with it. If results you find are not so
Change.
desirable results, you can
Mm-hmm.
change it. And obviously, changing maybe is a partial change or a
Mm-hmm.
fully change that you have to see while
That
working
depends.
on it.
Mm-hmm.
That right now I cannot tell. That totally depends upon your practice. I mean, how do you take practice?
Yes.
So this is all about manual. When we talk about that, manual is necessary for any organization, and it carries information about company. It carries information about employees, how they are expected to work, what will be
Mm-hmm.
their responsibility, what will be their rights. I mean, so many things we are including. So this is what we say the mirror of the organization, how
Middle of
a company works
yeah.
on. So even when there is an audit in your organization, internal or external audit, internal by the consultant and external by your government employee, the right, say about the legal compliances, if you are managing or not. So that they are just going to see your manual, and they will see the documents or your files, what you are maintaining. So they will
Mm-hmm.
tally it. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Say about, if we talk about that, you said about that you will be giving so many leave to the employees. That
Mm-hmm.
is mentioned in the manual. But once there is an attendance register, that's showing something different.
Mm-hmm.
That should match with your manual.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So
Yeah.
that requires at the time of audit also. And I said you about that requires at the time of a complaint as an employee who leaves the company, and after leaving the company, he may not say anything to you in HR, right? Or he may not say anything or any complaint to the senior, but he knows his right. He just go to the labor court and he file a complaint that this is happened to me. I mean, this is bad happened by my HR department or by my
Mm-hmm.
management and all. So at that time, you need to once the labor officer will come, then you need to give the proof that
Mm-hmm.
whether you are right or not.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise your employee will win the situation, and you will get penalty as per the law.
Then,
So how you will manage it? I mean, by now and then, every time you keep on getting penalty and complaints from the government department, it affects your business. It
yes.
affects the business of the company. So that's what we are planning. And obviously, with the startup company, as I said, the startup company needs to work on it, because
Mm-hmm.
startup company management doesn't know how you are going to
Yes.
work in an HR department, and how you are
Mm-hmm.
going to organize with the whole organization. I mean,
Yes.
different departments, how
Mm-hmm.
you will be managing. So this will be showing the proper way, the proper structure, how to go about it.
How to work. Yeah.
Right. So this is obviously very important document when we talk about this is a manual, this is the right of employees. Here,
Mm-hmm.
your working procedure is also mentioned, say as I said about the number of leaves, your
Mm-hmm.
office timings, your
Mm-hmm.
other right as a PF and bonus and gratuity.
Okay.
I mean, you have
Mm-hmm.
mentioned each and everything as per law.
Yes. Yeah.
But but when we talk about recruitment, say
Mm-hmm.
now every company practice differently in recruitment. All right.
Mm-hmm.
My
Yeah.
my my style of recruiting the candidate or hiring will be different, and your company will be different, isn't
Mm-hmm.
it?
Yes.
So I do need to mention in my manual that what kind of a recruitment procedure I will follow while hiring the
Okay.
employees in my organization,
Okay. Okay.
right?
So, but,
Otherwise,
hmm, hmm,
even your present employees who are already working may refer to someone, so they
hmm.
can tell that this is the way of hiring procedure in our company. Our manager will take test, or they will have the say about any
Okay. Okay.
kind of
Okay.
a
Got it. Got it.
uh,
Telephonic interview first, or
telephonic
it would be.
interview, or a kind of a, you can say about the subject written test, say about if you are talking about computers, right? Or a,
Hmm,
we are hiring any mechanical engineer, so we
hmm,
can tell him that this is the piece and you need to make a diagram in the system.
hmm,
How do you make
hmm.
it? I mean, this is kind of a technical test. So
Okay.
this is this is the practice of hiring procedure in your organization, but my company, or being an HR, I may practice differently,
Hmm,
right? So I may be
hmm,
taking English test also, I may be taking psychometric test also. That is my business demand,
hmm.
but
Okay.
I'm mentioning it into the
Interview
manual,
for
that
manual.
what
Hmm.
will be the procedure of recruitment or hiring in my organization.
So that would be different for all the levels as well. The same procedure can't be applied for blue collar as well as for top management or maybe for a CEO.
We mentioned the basic one. I mean, we take it up the basic one. We can make it
Okay.
grade wise, we can make it basic wise, like from back end to front end, people have to go through this procedure, managers has
Hmm.
to go through this procedure, blue collar are supposed to work, I mean, through this procedure, that you
Hmm.
can categorize. Once we'll
Hmm.
be
Yeah.
making a document, we will be categorizing it.
Yes. Yes. And some like in the manual, it is written that we would be hiring the candidate through a particular uh, consultancy only. So that should be mentioned there in the manual itself, like who all
Yes,
the consultancy
yes.
would be there with the company with the
Or, see, see,
entanglement would
see,
be there.
See, everything related to recruitment, not only the hiring
Okay.
procedure. We will mention the probation time also.
Hmm.
But what is our probation time? That you need to tell to your employee.
Hmm.
That you
So,
need to
like,
tell to your, yeah.
see, if we had mentioned that we would be hiring on this position from the consultant only, and later on we find like we have a new joinee in HR department who is much capable to hire from himself itself. So, is it regular? Is it mandate that because in our policy it is mentioned that at this position we have to hire through that consultant only?
No,
So we had.
whenever I will be choosing some options, I will be
Hmm,
writing. See, I will be writing the my hiring like categories will be from different places, maybe through
hmm,
consultants, bullet points, and
okay,
through newspaper or through
okay,
job portal,
okay.
right?
So
So
we
I
can
have
mention
mentioned
all
three.
those points. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Anyway, we
yeah.
can go.
See, we
Okay.
will practice that. Don't worry about that. Once
Mhm.
we will be doing the subject of recruitment, we'll be practicing it. The
Sure.
only thing is that here we are right now discussing about that
What are
manual, what
ingredients would
manual
be there?
consists of, right?
Yeah.
So manual consists of about your working procedure, working
Hmm.
practices, so that it is clear to the people who are already working, because
Hmm.
you keep on changing as per the time, as per the
Hmm.
demand of your business, right? And the
Hmm.
new joiner, of course, they require to know what is
Hmm.
expected, what are your working rules.
Yeah.
Am I right? And suppose once he joins your company and sign an appointment letter or acceptance letter, and you hand over to this manual to him or her, right? Then it means that you have cleared every condition of working to the person who is joining new as an employee. So that employee just cannot go and lodge a complaint. If we
Hmm.
lodge a complaint, you can give proof. So look, this is my manual. On go to on this page number, it's mentioned over here that this is our working procedure.
Yeah.
If
And
you have
whatever
not
changes
mentioned,
we have,
I mean,
yeah,
that you have to maintain a file of it.
whatever
As I
changes
said,
we
you
are
know,
doing, yes, we have to
yes,
maintain a file of changes, whatever amendments
yes,
we have done, and we can give
yes.
him a separate copy of that as well. Like these things are
Exactly.
changed
You
now.
have to file a
And,
copy that effective from so and so date, you
okay,
have
okay.
made changes into your hiring process or
Hmm.
into the probation. Say about your probation period is till now 1 month, right?
Hmm.
And but you feel now market is also practicing 2 months probation. You want to increase.
Hmm.
I mean, or you can say that you want to increase just simply because you wanted to see the overall maximum potential of employee, right?
Yeah,
So you
yeah.
want to change it from 1 month to 2 months.
Hmm.
So what you will do? You cannot go to the manual. You cannot turn that paper page,
Yeah.
right?
Hmm.
Instead of that, make a draft, make a new policy effective from so and so date, right?
Hmm.
We are going to change this policy now. I mean, where probation timing will be from instead of 1 month will be two
Would
months,
be 2 months. Yeah.
right? Give them to the employees. I mean,
Hmm.
display on the reception or
Reception
wherever
board.
you feel it, or
Hmm.
you circulate it on through the platform through the
Emails.
email, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you can keep it on the security. I mean, on security also we are supposed to keep
Okay.
this kind of documents, right?
Amendment. The amendments
Amendment.
or the whole that employee manual
Yeah.
itself.
Yes. If it relates to the workshop and to the worker, that has to go to the shop floor.
Okay.
So
Okay.
this way, I mean, now if we'll talk about performance management, right?
Hmm.
Now my company performance management practice is different, and other is practicing in a different technique, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
And I'm giving increment twice a year, and another company is giving once in a 2 months.
So,
Sorry, once in
okay.
a two,
Once in a year.
yeah,
2 years.
once in a year or 2 years, right? So that's their policy, and employee knows about it,
Hmm.
and government doesn't need to work on it. I mean, government is
Huh.
not interfering. This is your, you give with every 3 months. Who's
Okay.
stopping you?
Hmm. That
some
depend
some
upon company
some
to company.
people, some employers, they give twice a year,
Yeah.
right?
Hmm.
And if you do not give, no problem, don't give.
If you
And
give, if you have mentioned once in a year, but you have to
hmm,
motivate some employee, you are giving him
that's your
twice in a
practices,
year.
isn't it? That's your
So we
practices.
can
How
give.
do you do that? And the more effectively you are practicing innovative way, you are practicing, right?
Yeah.
The more happy and the more satisfied employee you will be having, the more
But this it could be
bonding will be
vice
there,
versa as well. Like for
obviously.
motivating one employee, we have given him the increment twice in a year. But at the
Hmm.
same time, the other employee can ask us question that
I mean,
I'm
if you
also
will
doing
be
well.
biased, if you will be biased, I mean, if I practice, say about,
Hmm.
if I say that on, no, see, you have to see the performance criteria, eligibility criteria for that. If we
Yes.
give the twice, right?
Hmm.
Some
Hmm.
people may not get the twice due to their
Yeah.
performance level, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
Right. But in policy, you have to mention if you do not
Hmm.
fulfill this criteria, you won't get the
Okay.
second increment. Otherwise,
Well, no, it is not
otherwise,
based on the performance. Maybe he was supposed to leave the company, and we are holding him back. To at that time, we had offered him a good salary, maybe to match that other offer, so that he won't go there. He will be staying in our company only. So that can be done at any point of time. It's not necessarily that he would be leaving at the time of appraisal only. Maybe after
yeah.
2 months, after 5 months only, he had resigned, and
But
we have to retain him.
normally people don't take much time when they are aggressive, when they are, I mean, dissatisfied. They take quick action. They
No,
don't wait for
they
two
will be.
months. Why?
No, no, no.
Why
They
they
will.
will come?
No, no, no. Like usually कंपनी में जनवरी में इंक्रीमेंट होने बट
Hmm.
जनवरी में हमने एक एम्प्लॉय को इंक्रीमेंट दे दिया अभी मे बी से इन जून और जुलाई में वी केम टू नो दैट ही इज लीविंग द कंपनी और हमारा 1 मंथ नोटिस है So he had put down this paper in June itself. We have to retain him back. So we would be offering him the same CTC, whatever offer he is holding. So that would be again an increment only that we had given him,
That comes under some special, you can say, retention performance
retention
bonus.
policies. Okay,
Retention
so
bonus.
that would
It
be
is
bonus.
retention
Okay,
bonus. It is a
retention bonus.
retention bonus.
Okay, it won't
It won't
like
be
so. What is
increment.
the difference in
We'll say,
What would be the difference in both of these things?
see, increment, when we say about performance increment, then we decide that whole year the employee, how he or she performs onto the
Hmm.
given parameters, right? Desired parameters by, right? If the performance is outstanding, and you have mentioned the performance, the performer with the outstanding, say about, when we talk about, let me clear it through rewards and recognition, right? Your company is practicing rewards and recognition policy in your company. So for rewards, you must have certain criteria, the
Yes, yes.
outstanding performer.
Performance or what?
So
Yes.
that is not, that is his reward. That is not increment. That is
No,
reward,
that is reward, but
right?
retention is also like earlier he was getting 6 lakhs per annum, and he
Yeah,
got the offer of 9 lakhs. So we had offered him 8.5 lakhs. So ultimately, that would be his new CTC only from
yeah,
6 to 8.5.
true.
That would be his new
Okay,
CTC.
then it go to increment only, but along
Ah,
with the performance bonus or along with the retention bonus.
yes.
We
So
say
this is what.
about that at this time we
Hmm,
awarded him or her with the retention bonus, right? That may be one time, or that may be as a salary,
yeah.
right?
Mm,
See,
not
some
that
people,
much.
they want you to, okay,
Hmm,
you want to say that you want to retain somebody, right?
yes.
Right. But you want to give the person increment. But increment
Yes.
is due to what? Not the performance. For retaining the employee.
Ah,
On which parameters you are giving the increment, not
just to
based on the
retain.
performance.
No,
So
no, no. It won't
it's a
be.
retention bonus. It's a retention bonus that
Okay.
we incremented him for 2000. Maybe your
Okay.
increment, say about the yearly increment, may be 6000, but right now you are just giving 2000 more just to retain.
Mm,
So this is our retention practices, that we are giving this one increment over here to retain the employee.
it won't come as an increment, like regular increment,
that
which
that
we
will
used to
that
give
will
at.
be, yes, that will be regular. I mean, that will be regular, no doubt. But
Mm,
that comes under to retain an employee. The practice is
mm,
what?
yeah.
If, suppose if you find a person who has saved the life of a person, of another employee, right? So management wants to give 50,000 as a reward
Okay.
one time, right? This is reward bonus, recognition bonus, right? But, and what the management feel, the honesty and bonding with the connectivity with the other employees, and wanted to tell, okay, fine, let me give some increment also, which the person will be motivated throughout the working time. So that's another thing. That's
Yeah, that would
increment,
be
but
a
for
different thing.
special work. But for special
Yes.
work, we are
Mm,
not based it on the performance.
mm,
This is certain rewards, some bonus for different
then,
reasons,
mm,
right? Performance is something different. Say if your employee give you a lead of 1 crore, which get clicks, right, by your management or by your seniors. So that is his or her performance bonus,
mm,
performance increment.
yes. Got it.
Say about, if I say 1 crore का मैंने 1% उसको reward दे दिया, that is
Mm,
bonus, right?
mm.
But उसके साथ मैंने उसको motivate करने के लिए उसकी salary भी increase
Salary
कर
भी
दी.
बढ़ा दी. Mm,
So that is performance salary.
mm.
राइट.
परफॉर्मेंस
नो
बोनस.
नो नीड टू गो ऑन दैट. आई मीन नॉर्मली
हाँ,
क्या है, आप
दैट.
अभी कंफ्यूज मत हो कि जब आप प्रैक्टिस करोगे ऑन सर्टेन पैरामीटर्स वी गिव पीपल जंप due to, I mean, for certain requirement in the company, and certain rewards are there, and certain other demands are there. है ना. अब मुझे ये लगता है कि स्वर्णिम बहुत अच्छा काम कर सकती है, बट स्वर्णिम कर नहीं रही है कि उसका मोटिवेशन नहीं है, यार मेरे को